Hi, and welcome to College Planning Untangled, where we help simplify the lives of our families that are going through this college planning process. I'm Kristin Clark. I'm a career exploration coach for 16 to 26-year-olds, and I'm here with Bobby Hood, our SAT, ACT expert. Bobby, how's life treating you?
Just great. Yeah. In the build up to SAT this Saturday and ACT next Saturday. So I've got lots of students wanting to tutor this week and next week. They're all getting ready to get those scores and kind of be done with things, right? Students that are just wrapping up their like junior years, right? So this fall they're going to be applying and they're hoping to get their scores done so that they can just start focusing on college applications.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, and guys, I know I've said this a million times, but I love the way Bobby coaches in that he really focuses on each individual student and where they need help. He doesn't make them sit through hours
Right.
coaching and, with the group and all this stuff. It's really focused on where do you need the help and where can you maximize your score. So
Absolutely.
I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. So Bobby, we've got a little bit a topic that's off what we normally talk about, but I thought it was
Right.
while parents, we've got kiddos that are home from college. And that I know people get excited. They're like, I can't wait to have them here. And then it messes up the household.
Oh yeah, they're used to that freedom in college. They're used to just being a mess in their dorm room and not worrying about anything, right? And then they're home.
Well, and Bobby, I got to tell you, in my past life when I ran marketing departments and I traveled a lot, and I would come home after being gone for 3 or 4 days in a row, and there was a certain rhythm in the household that wasn't my rhythm anymore, that I had to adjust to. And I kind of equate this to that, where it's a different rhythm. I don't have a better word for it. So, for parents, I get that this is disruptive. And it's also disruptive for your college student that's coming home. So, really kind of setting ground rules is important because you have changed, instead of having 3 kids at home, now you only have 2, or instead of 2, you've got 1, so it's now you've got to kind of say, hey, listen, here are the rules when you're at my house. And I wanted to talk through those a little bit, to get parents feeling okay about there are ground rules to be set. It's okay to have the conversation, but what maybe does that look like?
Absolutely. And also, like, while you were in high school, maybe you didn't have to do that much, right? Maybe you didn't really have to mess with laundry and things like that. Now you've been in college. Now you're doing your own laundry. You're going to have to behave a little different now when you're at home. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yes. So, parents, you will be doing your laundry while you're home this summer. It is not my job anymore to do your laundry. That's okay. I would even say cooking. It's like, guys, we don't cook every night of the week. Figure out your own, what you want to have. If there's something special you want, I'm happy to pick it up for you. But you're in charge of cooking. And by the way, it's okay to also say you're in charge of cooking for the family one night.
Right.
You're part of the family. Sorry, my computer's going dead on me. You're part of the family. So, you can help cook.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. And so, I mean, this is part of, like, especially helping them learn how to be an adult in college and say, hey, this is what you ought to be doing there too, right? You shouldn't be going out for every meal. You should be making some stuff at home. You should be doing this and that, right? And,
yeah. Absolutely. I know I hear a lot of parents complaining about their kid comes home and there's stuff everywhere.
Right.
And you're like, no, that's not how we live. I don't care what you do in your room as long as you don't have food underneath piles of clothes. I'm okay with what your room looks like. Shut the door. But when you're out here, I want it to look like my house.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And that's part of the thing is, like, because it's so easy to be like, oh, I'm excited to have you home for the summer. And then if you don't establish the rules at the beginning, then you're both kind of stuck because now it's got to be a fight, right? So you need to just set his ground rules right when it starts. Yep.
Yeah. And, Bobby, you're bringing up a really good point. You don't want to be fighting all summer. Right. You want to enjoy them because let's face it, the time is dwindling that you're going to get to hang out with your kids. So, let's maximize it and have fun and enjoy it as much as you can. Another big one, Bobby, they were used to going out at all hours of the night in college. So, this obviously is a family decision on how you want to handle that. At my house, I can tell you, like, I had boys come home after college was finished and live with us for a short period of time until they kind of got their apartment, got their jobs, knew what they were doing. And we just had the rule. We're like, listen, we don't care when you come home, but can you just give us a heads up so that I don't have to worry? Let me know if you're going to be home for dinner. Let me know if you're heading out to Dallas with your friends and you're going to be out until 2 a.m. That's fine. Just let me know.
Right. Yeah. Otherwise, you're sitting around wondering. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
are they dead in a ditch?
Yeah, exactly.
And by the way, I get it. I mean, that's how parents think, right? Are you dead in a ditch? And where kids don't necessarily think that way. So,
right. And that's a good way to do it too, because it's treating them like an adult, which is like, yeah, I mean, if that's going to be the way you want to do it, right? Yeah, you say, okay, you're an adult, and adults, the way adults treat each other is they don't just randomly disappear until 4 a.m, right? They're going to let you know, right?
Or 3 days later,
yeah,
show up.
Right, exactly.
Because let's face it, in college, you could do that.
That can happen. Oh, absolutely. Right.
You could.
Yeah.
And people are sometimes okay with it, I guess. But yeah, so laying those ground rules, moms and dads, and making sure that you realize that that's your right. They should not be running the household. It's yours. But to have that really great experience over the summer and really enjoy your kids as much as they can, have the conversation.
Absolutely.
All right. That's all I've got, Bobby.
Great stuff. Well, welcome home for the summer, all the kids. And and I know you've got classes going on for choosing your college major. If your kid comes home and they don't know what their college major is, right? Come get in touch with Kristin. And if you've got a rising junior, summer's a good time to start on tutoring. So get in touch with me.
All right. We will see you next week.